Hey guys, okay, so I got a request to do a live reaction video to the last chapter of Cage of Eden. And so, okay, I'm just really nervous. You know, I know that the chapter came out 2 days ago, but I've kind of been putting it off because, you know, I just didn't want it to end yet. But, as we know, all good things must come to an end, so let's get started. Last chapter. Alright, here we go. Okay, 5 years later. The second stage of construction. Okay, some lady standing over, I'm assuming is Sengoku's mother. She's old now. Also, the production of extinct animals modeled after the pictures. It's possible now, so after that 45 years later, Rika Island will become the Garden of Eden. Okay, we see, ooh, she's old. She's old. Okay. She's like, thank you, I leave everything to you, Sengoku Frey. Frey? Oh, is that her daughter? It's her daughter. Is it alright if I ask Mom? Yep, it's her daughter. Why did you adopt? Oh, she adopted a girl. Okay, good. You know what? I'm happy she adopted. Because, you know, yeah, I'm happy she adopted a kid. Because, geez. Because you're the same as me. And because you understand. Only someone like you can carry on. Okay, so her adopted daughter continued on with the project. It sucks that she never got to see it. Mom, please, I've heard of this Eden project. It was started by Ishiri Yoshimi, who died decades ago, as a memorial to his granddaughter. Why were you able to sacrifice your own life to this extinct for someone else? And she's like, I wonder when it started. Of everyone living on the Rika Island that I created. Okay, now you see just like huge picture or huge panel of everyone together and having adventures. Everyone joining together and having adventures, harrowing but thrilling adventures. Yeah, people getting killed, harrowing and thrilling. Yeah. Everyone alive, and that's a wonderful dream. A wonderful dream indeed, Frey. And what's strange is that even though there were such miscreants in my dream, they grew to become splendid people. Okay, so was this a dream? Yes, I wanted to create this bird. So, it was a wonderful. So she passes away. That's sad. That's really sad. I hope that somehow God will hear your prayer. Okay, so now, flash to the future on Rika Island. Were you the guys who gathered the fruit? That's right. Okay. Oh, Mina. Well, the fake Mina. The guy Mina is changed, obviously. Old son, my name is Mina. Listen, there can never be too much food supply. Get going. Shoot, I can't believe how this happened. Oh, it's been 3 years. They've been on the island for 3 years? Oh. Okay, so I'm assuming at this point they're not going back in time, back to their time, which kind of makes me sad because I thought they would end up going back, but I guess not. And to think it was the guy on the list. Yeah, you were tricked, alright, freaking perverts. Wait, we still have that, don't we? Oh, that's right. Gosh, these guys are such weirdos. Okay, and they're looking through her sketchbook, oh god. Okay, these guys are looking at like this comic that was drawn, and then the animal comes up right when she pulls up, or he pulls up the dress. God, these people. And then here's the real Mina. She's grown up, of course, panty shot. And okay, they're all taking a bath. Yeah, that's nice. Raysan, okay, and the guys are like describing. Raysan was depressed for a while, but I didn't want Toru to die. I wanted him to be there for Raysan. Oh, God, that makes me so mad. Okay, but wasn't that heartbreaking when he was under the rubble and he ended up dying? I mean, was that really necessary? I don't know, but okay. Kurino. Speaking of freaking Kurino, like, did she even? Oh, you're right. Okay, you know, my favorite has been Uri, not because I think he's hot, but because he was smart. He had courage. He was a man of action. He did stuff, and he was a good fighter. I mean, not very realistic person, but hey, Uri was my man. There's no helping right there. Things aren't going smoothly even for Uri. I think that's so hilarious. He likes the teacher, and he's so freaking huge. Segwa. I like. There's this little panel where Segwa is behind a tree, and she's like, oh, God. He's looking at her like, go away. She's gotten older. Suka things not going smoothly. Same for Sakuma, Mr. Student. Despite that, when she woke up, Sakuma didn't return his feelings at all, huh? Heartbreaking, Mr. President. That's fine. Okay, so moving on. The guys get caught. Oh, that is so funny. They get caught by Miyauchi. I like Tokiwa. Tokiwa was awesome. Like, the fast runner girl, she's awesome. She kind of reminds me of Ryder from Face Day Night. Just look at this pose. This pose she has. It's funny and cool, I guess. Die, enemies of women. Okay. Okay, so the panel is now. Oh, they built like lodges and stuff inside the grounds because hey, no animals are gonna attack the grounds, right? There's Akira. Oh, here comes Rion. Her hair's gotten a lot longer. They look older. Akira looks cool. Who does Akira remind me of? I don't know. So it's been 3 years later, so they should be like high school. Like, if they were in a rural, they should be like in high school or something. Like their last year of high school. Yeah, it was a residential space to begin with, which made the overall those dangerous. I was here for some reason. Yeah, Kokono say something about geomagnetism or something, but it's some sort of science that hadn't been developed in our time apparently. Geomagnetism. If it's Coco... Well, that won't happen yet. Preparations are complete for departure. They probably made the ships. Did they make the ships? Oh, Maria. Mario is my favorite too. He was funny. I liked Maria. And yeah, here we go. Omori-san and some... What's the name of that Ranma 1/2 anime where it's the like cave woman? She has like... I don't know, but yeah, she's in an outfit. Like she's some type of cave woman. Okay, I guess there has to be some type of eye candy, right? The luggage has all been loaded. We can leave at any time. Alright. Whoa, they built huge ships. Whoa. No wonder they've been there for 3 years. Yeah, good. Good for them. Good for them. Finally, we're going back to Japan. Okay, so if you want to set sail to Japan, is it really alright? Do you remember what I said before about the biohazard? Yeah, you said that slime mold, that attack was probably some sort of... Yeah, back then I figured that perhaps someone who felt the guilt of toying with human lives like that had carried a suicide bombing. You know what? I guess that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Someone purposely put that stuff in the food as like a suicide to kill everybody because they felt guilty. Wow. Wow, I did not think of that. Perhaps that's mistaken. Perhaps the culprits didn't die here. There are helicopters on this island. We only found one, but there must be others. Escape the island that took the slime. Oh God, please no. They're saying that perhaps they took the slime mold into the world. Over these 3 years, to say nothing of planes, we haven't seen a single ship. You don't think it's strange? The world that stretches... Okay. I'm about to get really mad. I see that I'm on page 19 and there's 22 pages. We're going no matter what kind of world it is. Okay, so they're about to set sail off the island. Good for them. I wonder, maybe it was Mom who saved me. Maybe she always been watching over me, but I'm going to watch Mom. We can... Okay, him saying this part. He's holding up the picture. I wonder, maybe it was Mom who saved me. Maybe she's always been watching over me. That whole part right there, those two panels, I'm thinking maybe, obviously there's some huge religious undertones in this manga, of course, of Christianity maybe, but maybe she had that dream and maybe it was God who sent them to the future to save them. Like God knew that that island was going to be built if their if they disappeared, and so he sent them to the future to save them. Okay, sorry, my like camera just like cut off. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Okay, maybe because God knew that the plane was going to crash, and he knew that if the plane crashed and he sent them to the future, the island would have been built, so he made it so they land on the plane in the future. Or he transferred to the future so that they could crash land on the fully finished island, because it wasn't there yet. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. I hope that makes sense. So, going on, the whole panel is just all of them. Uriah looks so good. And it's just a full-blown panel of all of them. And they're setting sail. After all, with unwavering hearts and faithful friends, no matter where we are, that place is Eden. Let's go. We're off. Thank you for your support over the past 4 years. As soon as preparations for Yamada Sensei's next work are complete, serialization will begin. Look forward to it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now, I know I just explained what I thought, but just to clear it up, I'm thinking the plane crashed. God sent them to the future. Therefore, they disappeared. Because they disappeared, the island started to being developed. Therefore, he sent them to the future, so they crash landed on the fully finished island, which would have been years in the future. That's what I'm thinking happened. Now, the Garden of Eden, what do we know about Christianity? Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden was the birthplace for everything, where the first man and woman was at, right? Now, that place is Eden. Maybe it means that was their beginning of a new life. Now, did I like this ending? Yes and no. Now, yes, because the flashback is finished, and I'm happy that Sengoku's mom was able to die in peace in a way. She adopted a new kid. The island is pretty much on its way to being done, and she died happy. Now, my questions are, I wish we got a full explanation, like a full tell us this, that of why they're in a future in the first place. Because the mom had the dream, or because God. I think there's some really big religious undertones to it, and I also think it's left up to the reader to decide on their own. What happened to Kohei? We never find out who the unmasked kid was, Hades. We never find out who that was. Maybe he wasn't important enough to the main characters. I guess Kohei just stays on that island. I guess he's just left there, and I guess the girl she didn't tell Akira that she met up with him. He saved her when she fell down into the pit, right? So Akira and Rion, they don't know that he's alive. They still think he's dead, and that's what he wanted. He felt really guilty about killing all the students, so he's kind of loco anyway. So maybe I guess he deserves to stay on the island. Now, the manga as a whole, I guess I can separate this into four main points. The art, the story, the dialogue, and the ending. Well, I already told you how I felt about the ending. I didn't like it as much, but I thought it was okay. There's a lot of still questions that weren't answered, but I think that's mainly left up to the reader. The art. I liked how the contrast of how the characters were drawn to the contrast of the animals, how it matched the will. Because the characters, they looked kind of, how he drew the characters like Sengoku and Rion was kind of cartoony in a way, but the animals I thought were drawn magnificently. I love the art, pretty much. I love the art. Dialogue. I had a really big issue with the dialogue because I felt like what they said, not normal people would say that. For example, I felt like every other line was we're going to figure out the mysteries, or I'm going to find out something that's unexpected. Like something that you wouldn't say out loud, you know, and it was said over and over. Not to mention the huge undertones of sexism in this manga, like girls are weak, girls are supposed to draw pretty things. That part where Sengoku looks through Mina's sketchbook, and he's like, oh, I thought girls are supposed to draw pretty things. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's a girl, but you don't think she can draw like animals or whatever? Come on now. And also, whenever they were going to fight the doctor, the fake doctor anyway, they had to, Akira and the group were going to raid the doctor's group, right? And whenever they were trying to figure out, do we want the girls to fight with us? And then when they won, they were like, oh, I thought we would be held back by the girls. We thought we would be weak because of the girls. Like, they were underestimating the girls a lot in this manga. And I know Rion was, like, the character for fan service. And, well, actually, all of them were for fan service anyway. But it was like, I just didn't like how the view of women in this manga were shown. Or, you know. But I did like the strong women in the manga who could fight. That I'm glad he put some girls in there that could fight anyway. Because Rion was kind of, I don't want to say she was useless. She was useful, but she was like one of the main driving forces kind of for Sengoku to be strong. Okay, like she was mainly always like the damsel in distress. And whenever she offered to do something or volunteered to do something, I was just like, ugh, like, she's gonna get caught or almost killed, and Akira's gonna have to come save her. She can't save herself. But yeah, I mean, the dialogue. If I were to rate this out of 5 stars, the dialogue I would give 3 stars out of 5, and the undertones of sexism was just a huge turnoff. But you know, I pulled through because I like the overall story. I'm a big survival manga fan. I really like that genre. So, you know, this was a good story. This was a good story, and I will buy this. So that's all my thoughts so far. I'm still kind of like, I don't really like this ending too much. Not really, but it's a happy ending. I'm glad they were able to get off the island. So yeah. Okay, guys, that was the last chapter of Cage of Eden, and that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.